Hello and welcome to Dynamically Type.
This is a Remington Portable number 2, and it has a problem. You hit the backspace and nothing happens. Alright, well, first I looked underneath it. All you could see was the key moving, basically. So I take the top off, and you can see some action here, and the connection goes this way. Great. So now you come down here, move the carriage to the side, and you just see that little lever moving, not doing anything. Well, what's that supposed to connect to? Hello? What are you doing there? This appears to just be a little clevis fitting. And we're just going to see if we can put it on there. And see, there's the problem. It just comes off. So something else is wrong. So it clearly sits too high and then bumps into the thing. I think the actual problem is it's not fully into that switch there. If I can get that pushed down and in. Because it's rather hard to see what's going on, I've made a little 3D animation using some off-the-shelf software. It's not to scale. Here you can see the perspective of what's going on. And the problem is that it's not quite aligned. If it were aligned, it could just slide in. However, the problem is that it's actually rotated a little bit. And when it's rotated, it doesn't want to fit nicely into that hole. If I can get that pushed down and in. That's better, but now it's clearly dragging. Even once we've forced that pin into the hole, that's not the end of the story. Because in the real world, there's one more element in play. And that's this plate that's above the backspace lever. Once that plate is there, and with the pin rotated, once the pin is forced into the hole, the edges of these two pieces come in contact. It doesn't look like it here, but you can imagine it more like this. And they're rubbing against each other. And clearly, that's not going to work in the long term. So eventually what we do need to do is pull this pin back out and get it fitted more directly up and down into the hole as it was correctly designed to be. That's better, but now it's clearly dragging. Let's see, how is this attached? I'd like to rotate it. Sure seems like that's threaded down there. So it definitely has a threaded attachment down here. But the threads are not turning. So a little bit of penetrating oil. Let's see if we can So I'd say it looks like I've been able to rotate it enough. That it's functioning. It does seem to be rubbing a little bit in a way that I can't say I love. Alright, so in the end, what I did, besides just reattaching the clevis, was just to turn it just a little bit such that the head fits under this point here, rather than sort of riding on the side. And it's a minor adjustment, but if it stays under this housing here, the ribbon drive housing, then it's sort of bound in. But when it's next to it, it's actually sort of trying to push it out. So I think that was the majority of our problem. Obviously, this machine needs cleaning and re-spool. Other than that, there's not too terribly much wrong with this one, I don't think. Maybe I'll do that real quick. You know, this machine is in such good shape that rather than using mineral spirits to clean it, I think I'm just going to use some cleaning putty, which I've been just starting to play around with. Let's get a fresh surface so you can see how it looks. So we're going to start with basically that. Come on, focus. And we're going to just press it in on the keys. The idea being this can get into all those crevices, like you might have to do with a pick, but hopefully without actually needing to do that, because that can be really super annoying. And then once it gets messy, just kind of knead it over a little bit, and you've got a new reasonably clean surface to work from. I haven't used this much, so I don't know if my technique is any good. It's kind of handy doing this on the Remington portable because you can really get a good angle on it. Oh, here, this last couple keys were really pretty gross. And you can see that here. But already they're looking kind of better. Now let's just see if I can find any spots I want to go back over again. This one here. Yeah, there's a couple little spots in there. Let me see if a pick will do better. Well, yeah, the pick still did it, so pick still definitely has its place. I wonder if a combination of the two will prove effective. Here, if I pick this stuff out, that N and that H, the G there, E. Now I'm going to come back along So those keys that I hit, and I don't remember which one, so I'm just kind of rolling over all of them. And if I can put, oh yeah, there's N. Let's see, how does that do? Can I get all the stuff that I picked out of there? All right, we'll see how that does. Just because you have to see this, here's my big spool of Baco ribbon coming in and onto the spool. And I've been doing it with a little bit of tension from my own hand. But that's basically the method right there. And so far it's working pretty nicely. And there we go, ribboned. Ready to put the top back on. Obviously I didn't need the top off, but I already had it off, so I just left it off. And then I think we'll be able to try this one out. Alright, well here's the machine from the front for the first time for you guys. I didn't take video of the front because I wasn't really expecting to make a video of this at all. The machine's in really good shape. I actually bought it as a parts machine for a different Remington portable, which had been missing this line feed lever. And then when it turned out I got this machine, it's better than the other one was. And so I couldn't in good conscience part this one out in order to fix that one. So I was able to find one through Greg at Anti-Key Chop, who had that backspace lever. That machine got fixed up. This one was in such good shape I didn't think there was anything to talk about until I found that backspace, which I was really just going to investigate it. Turned out the fix was fairly easy, so I thought I'd show it to you. But now, here it is from the front, and as long as we're here, we may as well backspace came in handy just there. Funny trying to record this one, seeing as the angle of this doesn't really let you see anything. Something's still not quite right with the paper feeding on this machine, so we may have to play with that at some point. But overall, not too bad. And it typed reasonably well too. Got red, we've got black, and we can just say thank you for watching.